All right, welcome back, guys. So this time in this session, we'll talk about Lightning design system and the considerations. Means when we create the component, we get it bundle. Get the bundle. In bundle, we get component, controller, helper, style. So far we have talked about component, controller, helper, and today we'll talk about style part. Style means makeover, or how we can make our component, our UI more beautiful by doing makeup of this, by adding the certain CSS tags, CSS classes on that. So let's create one component. Lightning component, add CSS to Aura comp. We can also create tabs of the component. I'll show you that part. So added my component to the application. Preview it. There won't be anything on UI as I haven't added any component or any tag to that. Let me close extra components. Okay, so that's our component. Let's create one div. Add style to this component. So how we can add the style? Now we will see. We'll talk about that. Right now, nothing is coming here. Simple text. We have already discussed about controller, helper. Now we'll talk about the style. That means CSS. Click on style file and see the structure dot this. If I add any styling tag, any CSS tag here, let's say background color equals to green. Let me refresh it. So that means it will be going to create or define the color for the entire component. I haven't added the class to my component, but that is the root tag dot this. If you will put any color, it will apply on the entire tag. Whatever the content you have on your component, it will be applicable for all. But let's say if you let me define certain divisions here. Again, it will be applicable for all the divisions. So you can say all the division or all the sections. Now if I want to segregate it, means on each division I want to have a different color, so I need to provide the classes. Now class equals to, let's say, red class, means I need to go to the component to style part here, dot class name, let's say red. refresh it. This is not applicable right now because I have added one extra space. Let's remove this space. Let's remove this space, right, and see this. Okay, that's coming and applying only a particular tag, not on all the tags. Now let's say if I want to add this style on this one, green class, yellow class. Let's go to this style part. Dot this dot class name. Again, pick the background color. Let's say green. Similar to this, refresh the UI and add for all. Okay, if I want to give the font size or text color, I can, let's say, font size 30 pixel. You can see it's applying there, and we have got the font size, a different font size. This is how we can add the class. We can create different segments, different sections on the page, on the component, and we can define the different styling, color, combination, font size, everything you can plan. You can plan. Let's say if I want to give margin bottom 50 px, bottom left, right, everything is all about the CSS, the styling part. It will applicable. So it's creating the margin between two different divisions, between the first division and the second division. Similarly, if you put some margin here, margin top 50 px, px stands for pixels here. Okay, so added the margin 50 px here. Now let's say if I want to add some class dynamically, means on click of some button I want to add or remove the class. I can do that. If I want to toggle something on and off, I can also do that. Both the options are there. Let's say let me comment all this. That is the or ID, add or remove. Let's add the buttons. add style or CSS. We'll provide variant, brand, and for another one we'll give the destructive. Remove style, remove CSS. Now I will be going to define the function in my controller class. One will be add CSS, another will be remove CSS. This function. And I will be going to define the style. So as I earlier in the another session I explained, if I try to or I put multiple methods, those should be comma separated. Saved. Go to the style. If I have commented those, I don't need I can either comment these or I can remove those, or I can leave it as is. That's not an issue. Now let me refresh. So other tags will remove automatically. We'll have only one tag. Okay, so how we will be going to add or remove? We have two methods: $a dot util dot add class, then $a dot util dot remove class. These are the two functions which we will use to add and remove the CSS. So as we have two buttons, add or remove. First, let me get ID. I mean get this div ID where we have applied this CSS. So in our JS controller, let's get the aura ID. Component dot find. If you want to add $a dot util dot add class, so what we will add, we will be going to add class to this aura ID. What will be the class which we have added in style? What is the class name? That is red class. So we will be going to add or remove it dynamically. Similarly, in remove, we will call the different method, that is remove. Now let's refresh the UI. If I click on remove, it will remove that particular class. If I click on add, it will add that particular class. So dynamically or conditionally, you can use this feature. When you want to add certain styles to a particular tag, or you want to highlight something, then you can use these classes. Means these classes are the like util classes, $a dot util dot add class and $a dot util dot remove class, which we can use. Now let's say if you want to toggle something, then I'll tell you how.
This conference will now be recorded.
All right. Now we will talk about, without adding multiple buttons or two buttons, how we can add and remove the functionality of CSS, or how we can toggle the CSS on any div. So let's create another component quickly. toggle css comp I will add this component as a tab as well. Let's create the div. Tab and create the ID. Let's say div ID class equals to toggle css. Go to the css so style part. Let me give the font size. Let's say 25 pixels. Save it. If I add this class, I have added this class directly here. Now let me add this to the app. C colon toggle css. It's saying it's not able to find okay, let's see what component name is. Toggle css comp. Okay, it's still not able to find. Okay, we have added one more. Oh, oops. Okay, I have added the color, I have added the font size. Now I will be going to add it dynamically rather than using the class. So how I can add the dynamically? I'll remove this class first from here. I'll add one more button here. Toggle CSS on click C dot toggle style. Here first we'll get the ID of that div or ID, that is this div ID, where div ID equals to component dot find. We have $a dot util dot toggle class, and where we need to do, we need to replace or add or remove this on that div ID. Class name is toggle CSS. Now check and refresh the UI. It's toggling. When you click, it will, like, it is just removing the font and color. Text is already there. Add this component as a tab. Add this component as a tab. Now I will create a tab, so you can see how we can create the tab. So let's go to the setup, then find and search for tabs. Click on tab. We will be going to create lightning component tab. So here we have created two components where we were importing this. Then create, select the component which you want. If you see, it's coming now mcas dot component name. So mcas, that was the namespace which we have created. Let's choose any component styling here and tab style. After tab style, click on next, next, and save. Now I can search for the tab with the same name which I had kept it here. From the app launcher, click on that and search for the tab. We have got it. Add CSS toggle. You'll add, you'll remove. Now I will be going to add this into the lightning card. So you'll see the difference when I will add the entire div into the card, how it will look like. Refresh the tab. It has created kind of section and it will impact on that. Okay, now it's not impacting this something like which is fishy with this maybe card. It's not letting the apply CSS. But now you can see when we create the lightning card how it will look like. So it will create a section on the page. You can create multiple sections.